Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. Anything new to you? Last Thursday, UPF and ACLC organized in International Association of Parliamentarians for Peace, IAPP, follow-up meeting. We had about 9 politicians and ministers, including their wives. At the meeting, Reverend Emmanuel Watsons, our dear friend, he kind of said, kind of complained, or sadly, whatever. He said that the church is just trying to teach and guide people how to go to kingdom of heaven, but doesn't teach people how to live well earthly life. Am I right? Only churches emphasize how to go to kingdom of heaven. All right. So I was kind of, when I hear from him, somehow I agree with him. So I was wonder, what should I give for this New Year's message to our brothers and sisters? So this made me think what kind of topic is best as a New Year's message. Therefore, I got this topic. Let's become the main character that will make history and the future. I hope this topic makes Reverend Watson satisfied. Please, Mrs. Yamaguchi, deliver this message once you are inspired. If you are not inspired, don't tell him, okay? Please let me know after you hear my sermon if it helped you in any way or not, all right? So this time also I'm really proudly announce you my special assistant. Today he will assist me and also help me to give nice presentation to you today. So please, when he's coming up, please give him big round of applause. Not just small, big, okay? All right. A new year has come up upon us today. Does it make you wonder that kind of changes you will undergo in the new year after 2016? It seems like yesterday we were having a lot of anxiety and hope about the events that were to come. It truly felt as if 2016 was really long, but now it is in the past. So today I'm supposed to give you a New Year message, right? Happy New Year to you again. Happy New Year. What kind of hope do you carry for 2017? What kind of expectation do you carry? To everyone here, what does a new year means to you? In 1 year, there are 12 months. What means does each month bring to you? Every day we are faced with a new month and a new day. What meaning does a new day bring to you? If we were like a clock, how many clocks do you see? Everyone here may be of different shape or color, but we all carry the same mechanism of a clock. Does everyone's clock rotate at the same place with the same appearance, right? Or does it change every hour, showing growth? So, but there's an interesting clock too. So do you know this? Strange clock, right? I believe someone will like this kind of clock. I believe so. But this is the very famous painting, Dali's painting, melting clocks or droppy clocks. It's very famous. So just as time was given to us days, months, and years are all the same. With the time they are given, some people make history and plan their future. On the other hand, some people go in the circle at the same spot. Just round and round, year and after year, and same spots. People are still sitting there and turn around. These people are stuck in time despite the continuous flow of time. Everyone here is now facing 2017. So with this new year, what kind of person will you become? New person. Thank you. In reality, there's no such a thing as a time. There's no day, month, or year. Time is concept given to a person who makes time. Time, who made it? You are making your time. If I say I don't have time, then I don't have time. What can you do? Reverend Compton, do you have time?
Yes.
Okay. He has time. Can I see you tonight? So he has time. Okay, everyone, I'll let you know he has time tonight.
Check with my wife.
Okay. So she's the boss. It has a meaning to a person who gives a meaning to their days, months, and years. Through creation, God taught us the concept of a time frame. Genesis 1 to 31st, it teaches the time period like a time, days, weeks, and hour breaks, right? And you see the Genesis 1 to 31. At this moment, if we do not create something, that moment will disappear, never happen. Things that disappear doesn't exist in the past. The only things that remain in the past are the things or actions that you guys imprinted in history. Okay, this is very interesting. I don't know, maybe some of you saw already this. The Illusion of Time by Dr. Bruce Lipton.
In the conventional world of Newtonian science, time and space were direct readouts, that time was a continuously moving process and that you're either at this time or you're at this time or you're at this time. When the world of quantum mechanics evolved, it started to recognize that time was actually just a conscious expression, that according to the world of quantum mechanics, there is no time. Everything is at the moment of now. The past, the present, and the future are all here right now.
It is not linear.
No, it's not linear.
So the issues are, can the past and the future be influenced by each other? Well, the question is, are we in the past, are we in the present, or are we in the future at this very moment? And I bring that up not to make a joke, but to make a serious biological statement. From the way we live in our consciousness, can you distinguish a conscious manifestation versus a real manifestation? Did I just create something in my head, or was that actually real, what I just saw? Biologically, you'll never know the difference. We could all be sitting here right now, but this is a long time ago. We're not even here right now. This isn't even the real moment. How do I know it's real? Well, I see it, and I feel it, and I smell it, and I touch it. I go, yeah, go to sleep. And in your dream state, your biology will be activated by your brain. Your sensory nervous system will experience what you've already done before. And to your sleep state, can you tell if it was a real state or a dream state? Not in your sleep. Well, then how do you know if the real state you're in right now is the real state or the dream state?
Well, dreams, they feel real while we're in them, right? It's only when we wake up that we realize something was actually strange.
Ah, the conundrum of quantum physics. We don't know where we are. We're happy to pick this probable moment and be in this probable moment at the same time. Yet, according to quantum mechanics, we could have other probable instantaneous moments right now where we're not even in this reality, we're in another reality.
An alternate reality.
Precisely.
Which reality are we in? You say, well, it's the one I'm biologically sensing, and I'm going, biologically sensing in your dream or biologically sensing in real life? The answer is you can't tell. And that's the most exciting part, because it really leaves open an understanding how we could go back and change the past. Or at the current moment, we can change the future. Because is this the current moment or not?
Marty, you're not thinking fourth dimensionally.
All of a sudden it says, oh my goodness, the whole conventional world of everything was so ordered and regimented and understood seems to disappear in a quantum mechanical reality. Are you watching this now? Or did you watch this last year and just reviewing it now? Can't tell, can you? Well, the relevance is, welcome to the world of quantum weirdness. And yet it's so important because in that reality, it does say, yes, you can go back in the past and change the future. And all of a sudden it says, more creativity. We can do more than just follow our noses into the next minute. We can rewrite the whole story again and again and again.
Wow. Is it make sense or doesn't make sense? Okay. Right. Yeah. As a user, my sum is always kind of difficult. Hopefully you understand something. We are in this moment. Oh, by the way, be careful. I don't know where this bullet is going to go. We are in the moment, living in 3 stages: past, present, and the future. Not even having a 1 second difference, we currently exist with the past, present, and future within ourselves. That is also not just the current moment. That moment was there an hour ago, also yesterday, even last year. And it has also been occurring every day in every moment in the past. Therefore, we were not living in the past, nor are we not living in the future. However, this doesn't mean we are living in the present either. In other words, the past has already gone away, thus it no longer exists. It only remains in our memories. The future has not come, thus it does not exist. We can predict what will come in the future. It's like perceiving things in the present. However, if you look at it closely, a second ago become the past. Even 10 minutes ago has become the past. This is the same with the future. In conclusion, the past we call present is like a zero. In other words, non-existent. Look at it. This line, red line, is present. Do you think this bullet, how long does it take ready to go forward to front? How long does the bullet can stay there? I don't know. This is reality, what we are now. So we are living people who do not exist in the past, present, and the future. Rene said, I think, therefore I am. He said that. Did you hear that? Right. However, the moment we think that, thought disappear into the past. Right after you thought this, that past is already gone. If I don't put my thought into the meaningful action, then my past will disappear and contradict what Rene said. Because I'm thinking that's why I'm alive. Then we need to continuously live with effort and put our thought in action. That's the only way you think and you live. When my heart beat once, it shows we are experiencing the past, present, and future. Touch your heart. Once you're beeping your heart one time, just all 3 stages, past, present, future, come together. Therefore, we are not living a separate time of a past, present, or future, but we are living all stages all at once in our everyday life. We have to live through these three stages that are not separate while we don't actualize our thought. The reason why we have a history is because at the present we were able to actualize our thought. We have a future because we have the past as a foundation to support it. However, there are many people who are just living in the moment. They are living a life that does not separate the past, present, or future from one another. This kind of person doesn't have a history of a past. The past is simply an after image of our present. For example, we have lived our lives for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, or even 70 years. However, do we remember anything that has happened every year, even before months? The majority of people have remembered the past as memories of their past. They remember the content of happy memories of the past, or also sad memories that they do not want to remember. For those people like us, we do not have a history of the past. What we have is the remnant of the memories of the past. In other words, the after image of the present. In order for the past not to disappear, we must become people who can leave an imprint in history and society. The year 2017 has started. For us to face this new year successfully, we must plan ahead and take action to turn our plan into reality. Planning is our thought. Our effort in turning those thoughts into reality are our actions. For an example, you have a car that you like. To make this car, it needed to go through three basic processes. First, you need to think, right? Second, you need to make a blueprint. Then third, you implement the blueprint and create the car. Right here, the thought is the past. Our thought right away becomes the past. Then the blueprint that were created through our thought are the future. The reason why it is the future is because it hasn't been made physically yet. So the goal hasn't been reached, so that's why it is the future. Then the car made through that blueprint is the present. If we didn't think of a car, then a car would not have been created. It is impossible to make one without the thought of it. Also, just because you have a blueprint doesn't mean you have a car yet. Once you have the blueprint and the thought, you just need to determination to make that car into reality. Thus, if we do not have the future or the past, the present will not exist. For a car to be created, a blueprint and thought were needed, and thus this is where its value comes from. Similarly, if our present doesn't become reality, then the past and the future will cease to exist. In this world, people say that to prepare for the future, you need to prepare yourself in the present. That's why students study hard. Am I right? Wow, it looks like he doesn't want to. Others work hard for money for the future. For regular people, their goals are in the future. For future that doesn't exist yet, we learn. There's no future at all. But we needed to struggle for it to be achieved. It's kind of nonsense. We shouldn't be living for the sake of the future, but rather live for the sake of the present. If we think about the coming presence of zero or no creation, the past, present, and future ceases to exist. If we live the present well, then past will automatically become beautiful and satisfactory, right? If you really focus and complete what you now, your past will be success and everybody satisfied that. Then the future will be also full of hope. Therefore, if we live in the present with no past or future, then we are living with no meaning of existence. The present makes the past and the future exist. If you enjoy your study and the work right now, I really enjoy study right now, then soon you will become professionals. And people will respect you. Then everything comes to you. Future good job and money, and everybody respects you. So if we live our lives with value and meaning, then we become history to a person who record the present. Also, there will be hope for the future. If we live the present without much thought, then past will just become an after image, and the future will become an expectation. That's the people we made the history. Because somebody recorded. Somebody made the reality. That's why this history come. That's why you can study at the school. If they don't make a reality, there's no exist this kind of history for us. Many people has a regret due to the past action, which lead them to become depressed. They abuse their own selves for the failure they have done. It is rare to see a person who is satisfied with what they have done in the past. So probably midnight, probably you may had prayer times, right? Did you regret what you haven't done 2016? So actually many people has kind of situation. The failure they hold on to become shackles and impede their growth. What can the past provide for us? It would be beautiful or sad memories. When we remember the after image, we feel pain and regret. We regret the past that never exists. So why we regret it, which doesn't exist, right? We have just entered 2017. When we look into each year and we go into a new year, we need to plan ahead. When we look at the past days, we try to live our lives with more effect. Once we plan and realize it, our future life would be worthwhile living. Today and this moment are extremely important. We must live with our utmost effort so we can record it and give it historical value. There are many people who say, I cannot do anything now. Because why? I'm busy. Because why? Because I'm not ready. But I will promise I can do it later while looking at the future. What you cannot achieve today, you will never achieve in the future. Once a moment is gone, it will never come back. So please don't miss lunch, okay? If you miss this lunch, that lunch will never come back to you again. So whatever we have as an obstacle, we should try to resolve it, even if it is with a small step. There's a saying in America. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and success doesn't come overnight. There's another saying that goes like, every day, if you invest a little bit into something, you will get result. Did you hear that? All right, you know this one, right? Why should I put this one? This also means you have a future. Let us become people who will immediately take action rather than let things drag on. how are you going to live like a determined person of integrity? So, if you look at the three questions of Leo Tolstoy, what is the most important time to do anything? Who is the most important person to refer to? What is the most important job to do? You know what he answered that? He replies that in life, the most important time is now. The most important person is right next to you. And the most important job will make the person right next to me happy. That's what he answered. According to Leo Tolstoy, right now, if we work in our current job with the vigor and build a lovely relationship with our loved ones, that is the most important things we can do in life. That's what he answered. Okay, let's see what true parents' words.
Which is more important, the word or the substance of the word? Religions today are not sure of the substance, and thus place more importance on the word. Therefore, it is difficult for them to place the two as one. In the Unification Church, however, we do not prioritize the word. Since we have the substance or embodiment of God, the actions of the substance are testified to by the word. We have the content that unites the internal and the external. The assemblies at which God's embodiments proclaim the word have begun. They are to lead those in religious and academic circles to the solutions to the main issues they encounter in their search for the truth. The cosmic assemblies for the settlement of the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, who, as God's embodiment, proclaim the word, are events to proclaim God's word. For the name of the event, the term embodiment was placed in front of the term word. Heaven and earth must be connected. This started with the individual, and it must be concluded on the final level, with these cosmic assemblies for the settlement of the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, who, as God's embodiment, proclaim the word. Connecting heaven and earth means achieving harmony and unity.
True parents claim that in the last day, the substantive being will stand ahead of his or her word. Many people believe that words are eternal. They think that true parents' words are more precious than true parents themselves. However, on True Father's last day, he claimed that the physical self stands ahead of the word. This is because without the physical being, those words would not have come to existence. God's words and plans are eternal. God's plan and words were given to physical humans to help them realize God's meaning and create his ideal on earth. Without the physical humans, God's words and plan would not have had life. So in other words, the past has already passed, so it doesn't exist. The future has not come yet, so the future doesn't exist either. Also, the present is a line to separate the past and future, so it is also non-existence. So think about us. This is what we are now. Actually, we are nothing. So how can we give a value ourselves? How can we make ourselves alive in this situation? So, in conclusion, we needed to create an existence present through a life of prayer and gratitude. Unlike what Lune said, I think therefore I am doesn't mean we are living. By living a life of prayer and gratitude, we can assure ourselves our existence. It's living a life of gratitude and report to God. It is obvious to report back to God, our Creator, about our work and our gratitude to Him. It's a way to show God that you are living a life of prayer and a life of gratitude. There are many people who simply eat without knowing why they are eating. They are simply eating due to an urge calling from middle part. Right? They are calling, right? They say, this is the time for the lunch. Before we eat, we do a prayer. We are giving God a report on why we are eating this food and expressing our gratitude to Him for providing for us. Every day we are work. How would it be if we were to walk and pray to God at the same time? While you are walking, you can pray for safety and also health. You are reporting back to God. Also, you are thanking God that you are able to walk and run. Also, it is talk between you and yourself. It is because the person who knows you best is yourself. What is something that I can achieve right now? Can I do this kind of work? What is the action that I can immediately take right now or not? The past is the record of the action I do now. The future is the result of what I do now in the present. So Buddha has told us this. Do you want to know about your past life? You just need to look at yourself now. Do you want to know about your past life? You just need to look at yourself now. Do you want to know your future self? The current self is a result of action you did in the past. And your future self is a result of your action you are doing right now. That is why we need to start to take our step forward to the futures that we want to have. This is something that is clearly possible. That is because the things you folks are going to do will be like miracle. And you will create those miracles. God has already given us His words like the past, and He made a blueprint for us as a future. In this small room, there are millions of blessings which we can take care of for the whole world, even more than enough. Can you see them? Can you see God's blessing around you? I only hear one voice. Please take everything, okay? Can you feel them? Yes. All right. The room is full of logos. God's word and blueprint from beginning to the end. You are the one. Do just what your manual said. So just follow and actionize what God's blueprint leads you. Just open your heart and listen God's voice. Let us become the main characters through practicing and putting effort into things and imprint us in history for the past and future. True Mother said that the realization of Cheonilguk is now. Start from 2020. Start from now, right now. It doesn't start from 2020, but from right now. We have just entered the year 2017. Let us not dwell in the past, and let's put our effort into everything we do right now. We can have a bright 2017. Can you do that? Yes! Las Vegas Family Church. Let's go! And let us become people who can leave an imprint to this society and history. A person with a successful life is a person who turns their goal into reality in the present, thus creating history and building their future. The past has already passed, so it no longer exists. The future has not come so it does not exist either. Also, since the present is between these two non-existence concepts, it is also non-existence. Like how God creates this universe and worlds in the non-existence and empty space. Think about that. Thus, we need to resemble God and create the future and past that will exist in us, and give other hope, which will lead to bright future. An average life and a failed life has no future or past. Our dreams and goals are not for the future, but for us to become the main character in the present, right now. Only when we become the main character of today will we live history and have an existent future. Like what True Mother said, 천일국 is starting now and not in the future. What is this? Action. If this action doesn't make a click sound, there's no movie time. Click. Okay. Without this click, there's no movie. All right? So let's do it right now. When we live well, we place a dot in our life. Once you determine, you just put one dot. When you have a thought, don't just let your thought leave. Once you just leave your thought, that will disappear. Then what you have to do it, you have to put a dot on your thought. As many of those dots together, we form what? Lines. When you look at this line closely, there's a tons of the dots makes a line. When you look at this history, there's a lot of dots come together, make this history. That line will continuously connect it, creating history. Then as the line grows longer, it shows how bright your future will become. Let us become people who will make God happy in every moment by leaving an imprint for this new year, 2017. Adieu. Let's read the true parents' word.
Let us be ones who will prevail, is my topic this morning. History is proof that evil men, as well as good men, are remembered by posterity long after their life on earth. To be remembered by people in later generations means that what was done and what was left for the benefit of people are remembered. Let's take the example of Jesus. In his own day, nobody thought that what he did was going to be remembered by later generations, so people persecuted him. In Christianity or in any other religion, what the members of the religions did was for the benefit of mankind, centered on God's will. That's why their deeds are remembered until now. They had power to overcome any difficulties and hardship. The power of faith in God is what made it possible. So in history, the more people opposed the religious people, the more dynamic the religious people became in their deeds. Put pressure on those people, and they show great vitality. The same thing applies to our everyday life. The stronger people and the more courageous people will remain and survive persecution and difficulty. Those kinds of people would rise again and again after much oppression. As you all remember, Christianity was so strong that its people fought against oppressing powers in the face of difficulties and persecutions. They worked underground to survive, and they prevailed.
Thank you. Okay, now we have 2017. We just entered. Okay, let us become the main character that will make history in the future. So, this is the year we shouldn't let go just right this moment, okay? So let's make something happen 2017. So when next year, when we receive 2018, everybody has a bunch of the successful results and offering to God, and then showing, oh, this is my results, what I made it 2017. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Let's please join me in prayer.
Happy New